Hey everybody, it's me Lisa with another episode of Lisa's Lowdown on Love Live! Boom! And I'm going to hang out a minute and wait and see who's going to jump on the Facebook Live. It's quite the topic tonight. Quite the topic. Oh my lord, here comes everybody. I see a random thumbs up. We got the Todd, we got Gina Rossi, shout out. Putting some light on the subject. Oh, look at all these early, and punctuality is everything on the lowdown, people. Everything on the lowdown is about punctuality. We got all kinds of people joining tonight because this is going to be an interactive lowdown. I want to see what you guys think are some crazy shit that's gone down in your love life that women have done that you think is just crazy. And ladies, if you have girlfriends who are acting a fool cray and you just want to be like, listen, shit's got to stop because you're giving all the good girls a bad rap by acting crazy. So I want to hear from you. Have you ever acted crazy? Have you ever even been around the crazy? What do you think inspires the crazy? I need this to be interactive. Give it to me on the lowdown. So I'm going, ooh, darkness. Woo, Halloween is coming. Okay, so I want to see what you guys have to say about crazy. And I mean, look, we've all been there. We've all done some crazy shit. We've all had moments of crazy. We've all been in relationships that made us crazy. Like, people do stuff and it pushes the button of crazy. And it right? Look, Taz is going to go crazy right now. Look at him. This is the Tazzer going crazy, getting his nuzzle on. Look, he comes over, crashes the lowdown. Full on, look at this dog, crashing the lowdown, digging to China on my bed. Crazy. Even the dog, crazy. No, really, Taz, it's all you. Yeah? The world is yours. More? All right, he's nuzzled. So, okay, I'm going to break it down for you, okay? And then as I start, maybe you guys can chime in with some anecdotes about your crazy. So, what the hell is up with women who go out, meet a guy, have sex with him without a date? They just meet him, one night stand stuff, and then turn crazy when the guy doesn't offer to take her out after. Crazy. So I feel like a lot of crazy that we see in women, and I'm going to put the men on the side for a second because you guys aren't getting off that easy. You're crazy too. What I end up seeing with the women is a lack of self-love. It always comes back to the self-love, right? So when you're not loving of self, you make ridiculous decisions and then you end up crazy. And then you end up being a victim, making it the guy's fault that he didn't treat you in a certain way, that he didn't come at you in a certain way, and you turn crazy. And then you might do crazy shit. See, so when you think crazy, you do crazy. It often goes together. And so you get girls showing up at people's jobs and threatening and doing shady shit on social media and contacting spouses and ex-girlfriends and girlfriends and crazy. And it always kind of, you peel back the onion layer a little and it always goes back to an issue that woman has yet to solve within herself for herself. So she is taking this issue and she's projecting it out into the world, energy, getting back a certain circumstance, a situation, whatever, that then inspires the crazy, which she follows through with, and creates a disaster for herself. So I ask you, somebody posted in my thread about a woman who did that. It seemed to me, and granted, I only just got like the little bit of the story, and it was something like this guy, I guess she was talking to, like texting, I don't even know, you know, the typical talking to somebody. And the guy set it up where they were getting together. She gave it up. They didn't even have a date yet. And then she has sex with the guy, and bye, gotta go the next day. And then she turns crazy because he didn't take her out on a date. Like, what do you think of that? Like, as a guy, as a man of value, what do you think of that? Like, are you down with that cause? Like, do you think that this guy should be like, oh yeah, I hooked up with you, and, you know, maybe it was trash, maybe he didn't like it, whatever, and he was like, I'm not going to take her on a date. So what can we learn from that, right? Ladies, what can we learn? What we need to learn is that you are not a victim. You're not a victim. You are an active, deliberate creator and participant in the things that you are attracting in your life. So you have to take full-on responsibility for like what's going on in your life. You're making decisions. Things are not just happening to you. It's not like you leave your house and bam, you get hit in the head with a dick. Like, it doesn't work that way. You have to like actively participate in what it is that you're attracting. And a lot of people like to play victim, and they like to say, well, but like, he shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have done that. He should. No, you're crazy. You're being crazy. Here's another example of crazy that I've seen girls do. So you date a guy, and then it kind of ends, and you kind of, it's amicable at first. I think that's the thing, like when people go through breakups, like there's that breakup, the initial, but then like you sit with it a few days and then you get crazy. And then you start barrage of messages and blowing up his phone with texts and like hunting him down on social media and just everything. And then what ends up happening is like the person, the guy, will be like block, 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 block. And then it makes the woman more crazy. And then she sends out like her crazy tribe of little crazy friends. And it's like, oh, look on his social media and tell me if he's doing this. Crazy! Look at this and see if he's doing that. And you work with his friends, cousins, brothers, uncle. You need to tell me if he's at this place at this time because he might be seeing some other girl. And if he is, you have to film a video of it. And you need to 100% get me that video. So look, when you start going down that pit of crazy, you need to put the brakes on. Martino Lone says a one-night stand doesn't really deserve a date. I think the woman who wants and gives herself time is the one who is worth a date and more. You heard it right here on the lowdown. The men want the woman who values herself and waits and says, dude, listen, see this lipstick? That took me an hour and a half at MAC to figure out. An hour and a half for a $20 lipstick that just goes on my lips that I could wipe off with a napkin. Do you think that I'm going to give up the temple? The sweet temple? For a steak and some conversation? Are you kidding me? I don't even know you, dude. Sorry, it doesn't work that way. Men of value want women who wait. And when you don't wait, ladies, and you're looking for the man to validate you, right? And you give up the sex, and you're all about maybe this can turn into something. And then you get crazy when it doesn't, and you start to like yell at him on text messages. Oh, you're a dog, and I can't believe you did me that way, and all this, making it like his fault. It makes you crazy, and your credibility goes out the window. So look, crazy is not only left to the women, so I don't want to like, you know, come at the women only on this. I pride myself on being fair, because Lord knows there have been a bunch of crazy ass bros out there. These dudes who get crazy. Larnette Winston says, I also think that some of us, me, way back in the day, set the intention of getting ours if it doesn't work both ways. I'm not sure what that means, but I guess it sounds like revenge stuff. Like if, you're done wrong by a guy and then you like get into crazy mode because you want revenge, that maybe could be what that is. We have some good feedback coming through. I love you guys for being so open and being so forthright with your info. We got Christian saying something. I don't know what he put the difference is. But anyway, keep those comments coming because it's giving me some fodder for the conversation. But, I'll reveal back when I was, here we go, wait. The difference is, a man survives a crazy woman. A woman usually ends up dead when dealing with a crazy man. Ooh, good point. And I am going to go out there on the lowdown and tell the women out there, because this is like a serious issue, like all kidding aside. I mean, I can totally, be funny and whatever, but this is a serious issue. And thank you so much, Christian, for bringing this up. But ladies, if you're out there and you're watching the lowdown and you know someone or you are in a situation where you're getting verbally abused, physically abused, hit me up for real, message me now. And I will totally get the bat and I'll handle it with cops and I know people and I'll just lay the Brooklyn smackdown on this mother fofo on your behalf. Because listen, with all kidding aside, I mean, I'm not going to go about this crazy myself, but at the same time, girls, you have to look out for each other and you have to be a good friend to somebody who's talking about boyfriend roughing her up and grabbing her and coming at her and talking to her in a way that's not respectful. And, even if you argue and, it's with respect, it needs to be with respect of self and respect for the other person. And once that line is crossed, girls, you got to go. You got to bounce. You got to be you do not put your hands on the queen. Okay? It's just not the way it is. So that's a really, really important message and a good one to get out there is that, reach out for somebody if you're, you shouldn't be treated that way. No abuse. That's not the way to roll. So anyway, that said, let's move on to the guys and what the guys do that I've seen as a coach crazy with the guys. And what I find with the men is that the guys get crazy when they can't seem to figure out how to let go of a woman. This chick could have used him for vacations and rent and car. And I don't know if it's a money thing that guys think, well, I'm already in this much money, so now I gotta continue with the relationship even though it's crazy and dysfunctional. But this chick is playing me and she's seeing other guys, but then she'll show up and then she's all about I want to be with you. Guys get in that swirl just the same as women do. And again, self-love is the best love. When you get that, you are unfuckwithable and you're not going to sit around tolerating anybody's bullshit. You're going to be dude, I'm not even going to get crazy. I'm just going to block your ass. And I get a witness protection program on it. You break up with me, you never see me again. That's the way I roll now. And it's not that I'm mean or that if I saw you in the street, I wouldn't be hey, it depends on who and how the circumstances were. But I just vibe on. I don't even deal, I'm just peace out. And I think it has to do with just preservation of my peace. There are people that I, have no problem just, love and light, love you from afar. You're not going to have access to me anymore. It's an access thing. So, okay, some other stuff that's about the crazy. Let's see. Oh, people who make like public spectacle, like fight in public, and like, oh wait, now wait, we have someone. Oh, Ada de Verona says, okay, I got my wine. Let's do this. Crazy talk. I got stories. Guys, exes can definitely get some cray-cray. So the thing is with the exes, like getting crazy, I mean, I think it's an energy. Like we should all look at, like if somebody's coming at you crazy, then there's like something in you that's allowing the door open for the crazy to come. So like attracts like, right? This becomes like a law of attraction thing. So like if you're attracting crazy in your life, man or woman, and you're getting like, what the hell, dude? Every girl I date, they turn crazy. And women say the same. Oh my God, like everything's nicey nice. And then you get to like, you know, the second month and crazy comes out. That should tell you about your vibe and where you're putting your attention. So if you're like, oh my God, I died. There's this woman who keeps inviting me for coffee, but I think she really wants something else. That's not crazy. That's a girl trying to get with your ass. Go on that coffee date, Paul. I love it. Oh, Christian points out daddy issues. Okay, so let's talk about that. Daddy issues. I mean, a lot of times people say that women who are really good looking have daddy issues because like either two things happened. Either their dads were like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you how beautiful you are. You have to have other shit going on than your beauty. Like really, get a brain in your head. That was kind of like my dad. Like my dad would be like, oh, you look nice. Like, but that wasn't like the thing. That wasn't like, you know, what my dad was like, look at my daughter, she's so beautiful. Like, my dad never did anything like that ever. Like, it just wasn't his thing. And so, I don't know, it like gave me kind of like two things, actually. It gave me like this desire to be looked upon by the opposite sex with like desire. But not like in a crazy way because I'm kind of a tomboy too. So it's just, I don't know. I think like there's something there. I like the point of daddy issues. I think a lot of women might not have like solid, stable relationships with their fathers. And that's really sad because a girl's relationship with her father is the first example and the bar by which all other men should be measured towards. So, like, dads of girls, you better hold it down. You better tell your kid that you love her and that she's beautiful and smart and amazing and she could be, do, or have anything she wants and, like, be there for her. And then also, like, you know, have her have self-worth where she's like, you know what? I'm 7 years old and I'm on the playground and if you touch me, I will bust your ass and I will go to the teacher and I will say that this boy is not appropriate with me. Period. You don't tolerate that crap from anybody. So the deal is, totally, if you're dad of a daughter, understand that the way you should treat other women is the way that you would want a man to treat your daughter. You know how many times I've gone out with men who have older daughters? Like, I'm 46, so I date a guy, let's say he's the same age as I, whatever, maybe a little older, and he's got like a daughter who's anywhere from like, you know, 14 to like 30. And this guy is acting like an asshole. Totally not with integrity. Total prick. Just not respectful. And I sit there and I'm like, dude, you know what? Like, no thanks. Not going on a second date. And they're like, why? Like, they get all like defensive. And I'm just like, you know, you have a daughter, right? You have two daughters. So like, you're trying to be all gropey with me at dinner. I know you 5 minutes. How would you like it if your daughter goes on a date with someone behaving the way you're behaving towards me now? Oh, well, you put it that way. What? It's different. Really? It's called having integrity. It's called walking your talk. And then I tell this guy, so like, bye, I'm out of here. Thanks for the, whatever. Throw a 20 on the table and bounce. And I'm the one accused of being crazy. So this is what needs to happen with guys and girls. So this word of crazy being thrown around, it gets to be a little watered down if it's just used so like flippantly and like whatever. So what you need to do is you have to really reserve the crazy for the true crazy, because otherwise you're lumping everybody, man or woman, into the same category as crazy. So like I've heard women bitch about a guy turning crazy because like, I don't know, like probably like he didn't give her way, or like he didn't want a commitment, so all of a sudden he's crazy because he didn't want to commit. That's not crazy. That's just the guy figuring it out. Crazy is when here's crazy. Oh my God, I got a doozy for you. Crazy is when he says that he is over his ex-girlfriend, vilifies his ex-girlfriend, talks shit about his ex-girlfriend, talks about how he would never get back with such a shrew of a woman, and then proceeds to have a relationship with you the way he would really want to have a relationship with the ex, and then realizes that he wants the ex back and ghosts you. How's that for some crazy, epic shit? I think some guys act like assholes on dates because they're very insecure people. Okay, perhaps. I don't know what the deal is with that. I mean, I don't understand, like, why bother being, like, a crazy person on a date? Maybe they just do it for fun, like, for sport. I don't know what that's about. Rita Rovira, why are you so hot? Wow, thank you. Happens to me all day. Yep. Wow, so you guys are having, like, this awesome conversation. I'm just, like, babbling, talking shit in the background. So I throw it out to the viewers. What constitutes crazy for you? Here's another one. That happened the other day. Thank you, Warren Castle. You're like super young to be watching the Lowdown. My God, you're like, I think, just graduated high school, but love your entrepreneurial vibe, dude. Okay, so here's one. Guy goes out, meets a woman, older woman, sophisticated, lovely woman, getting along, dancing, having fun, showing interest, commonality, asking all the right questions, showing that he's into it, and then maybe they make out a little bit, and they go their separate ways for the night, and he says, I'm going to take you out, I loved meeting you, blah, blah, blah. Then drops off the face of the earth. What is that about? Crazy. Cray. What's the point of that? Like, why even bother saying it? I would have so much more respect for someone if they were like, listen, I'm probably never going to see you again nor talk to you after tonight, but this is just so in the moment and I'm just having such a good time. But, like, it ain't going to happen for a myriad of reasons. Like, if people were just respectful that way, I think it would be so much better. I think it would just, like, clear the air and make things, like, less confusing to people. And it would mitigate crazy. It would take the crazy right off the shelf, because it's like, dude, I told you what was going to go down going in. We're going to have a couple of cocktails. We're going to dance. I'm probably never going to see you again. And we're just going to have a good time. Wonderful. I tell people to pretend that they died. I always say, like, okay, so you met this guy, you were out, and you had a fun time, and you thought everything was good, and you were having a good vibe, and then they said that they'd take you out, and then the next day came, and they never called you or nothing, so you were like, hey, nice meeting you last night, and then nothing. I believe they died, or perhaps got abducted by aliens. spaceship came in the night, took them. Sounds like liquid courage. Could be. Could be. How does that play into it, though? Like, when you look at crazy, and the topic of crazy, liquid courage sometimes leads to crazy. Alcohol-induced crazy is absolutely a thing. Guys, have you ever had an ex-girlfriend drunk text you? Or girls, have you ever had an ex-boyfriend drunk text you? And it's like a barrage of like incoherent blah, 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 drunky puke all over your phone. And like, oh my God, wait, what's this? Ooh. I think people want to feel wanted, so they play this cat and mouse game and see who calls first. As a result, neither reaches out, waiting. Oh my God, what a waste of time. Crazy, more crazy, that goes nowhere. Shout out to Andres. I see you, dog. Yep. A lot of people on the thread saying crazy is the new style. It's like expected. It's almost expected. Like, do you guys go out expecting crazy? Because sometimes our expectations paint what we attract. So be really careful with that. Like, if it's in your vibe, especially for the guys, like there are so many guys that are like, bitches are crazy, man. Like, you start off cool and everything's awesome. And, like, you get along amazing. And then all of a sudden, like, a month in, some shit will go down and she'll show you the crazy. Just wait for it. So, like, you're going in anticipating the crazy to be revealed. And so then law of attraction just serves up what it is that you're waiting for. So, like, the deal is, I guess, what do you do when the crazy shows up? How do you handle the crazy? Like, have you ever had a chick just go crazy on you? Like, what do you do? And girls, like, when a guy goes crazy, like, let's say he starts to get, like, super jealous and possessive, and he's like, I had this story once of this guy who went into this chick's closet, and he started to, like, basically tell her that if he was going to put a ring on it, she had to get rid of, like, half her wardrobe. And he went in her closet and he started to take like all these like hoochie dresses like off her hangers and putting them in a pile. And he's like, you want a ring? You want a ring? Fine. You get rid of this outfit. And he's like in her closet. And he's like, you get rid of this, see these hoochie shoes? Gone. Like, he went off and he had like a pile of stuff. And she was like, well, you know what? In addition to a ring, you're going to have to buy me all new clothes then. If you want me to dress different, you need to buy different. I mean, it was on. And it was just such a funny, like, it was a funny story, but it was, like, really, like, kind of like a forecasting of what was to come. So, okay, here we got a comment. You've got to get to the root or the trigger for the crazy. Honest communication with respect is the key to all relationships. See, so Ellie says to be patient and ask and strive for understanding. Christian says, how about I dated a girl who admitted to cutting holes in her ex-boyfriend's shirts? Oh my God. Listen, if you're dating somebody and she's cutting clothes and cutting like possessions and just like breaking shit, she's gotta go. She's gotta go. He said, I kept her away from my closet always because this girl said that she cut her ex-boyfriend's shirts. The guy had to buy a whole new wardrobe. Adapt, use some empathy, try to understand where the crazy is coming from, try to understand why you're interpreting their behavior as crazy. It's often just a miscommunication. That's really I want to see more, but I can't. An opportunity to learn more about the other person's inner self. So what do you think about that? Like, do you play therapist and think, okay, I'm going to explore the crazy. Why are you crazy? Why are you being crazy? And what about that word? What about even using that word? Maybe there's another way to come at them so that it doesn't seem so judgy. So maybe it's a thing of like, listen, clearly you're upset and I want to understand why. I just want to understand you better. and just say that. I don't know. Would that work? If somebody said to me, Lise, I just want to understand you better. Why are you so upset? It would definitely take me down a notch, I would imagine. And then like have the opening to like communication. Like not screaming, not crazy, just like, I mean, I guess that's what it is. I don't know. This is a mystery to me. I hear stories from clients, like crazy shit that they've done. And girls, oh my God, who do crazy shit and then wonder why the guy takes like extreme actions to keep them away from them. So like, you're doing crazy shit and then it's like the guy is going to, you know, block you from social media, whatever, deal with it legally if he has to. I mean, if you're going to behave in crazy land, when a breakup happens, bye. That's where people make the mistake. I find this. When people break up, they get crazy and then they go after each other. And it could be with like showing up places where you know the other person will be. Like, why would you do that? I'm telling you, witness protection program level breakup. You end something with someone, and if it's not like a marriage with children and like it did not end amicably, you need to close off all communication. Bye. Alien abduction level, never see me again, Area 51 shit. I'm telling you. I'm swiping away people who are commenting on other posts that I've done today because clearly they're not on the lowdown. But trying to understand why you are interpreting the behavior as crazy. It's often just a miscommunication that's really an opportunity to learn about the person's inner self. So like when does crazy, where's the line between crazy, I want to learn about you more, clearly you have something going on deeper, versus crazy, get the hell out of my apartment or house or whatever? Where is that line? I say it's like, I don't know, something in the eyes. I can't with this topic. Oh my God. I think it's like, you know, like what does it have to get to? Like, is it like that movie Seven when you're like going to be like, what's in the box? What's in the box? You know, like Gwyneth said in the box. I mean, people can get really, really hurt financially from the crazy. They can get hurt business-wise from the crazy if they're not careful. They can get hurt emotionally. They can ruin their entire lives with one action of crazy. It's not worth it. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think anything's worth it. But I will say this. And here's another topic that has to do with the crazy. So, some people like the crazy. Some people are so damn crazy themselves that they like the freaky dicky cray cray cray. And they like the fighting, and they like the makeup sex, and they like the crazy cray. So what do you think of that? What do you think of that? Have you ever been in one of those relationships where it's just crazy love and like it's mad passion sex and then fighting just as crazy and then you make up and it's crazy, it's all crazy? I don't have time for that bullshit in my life. I'm too old for that shit. But I don't know. Maybe other people have. So I throw it out to you. But life's too short for bullshit. I say it all the time. When you love yourself, you have way less patience for the crazy, and you don't even really invite it in your life. You're just kind of chill. You're like even keel. You like find that little sweet spot, and you like don't, you know, you're like, dude, I'm not even gonna live in a world of drama. Like, I don't even want that in my life. You don't want to be with me? All good, bro. All good. We were together for as long as we were. We hung out, learned some stuff. I'm not going to sweat any bro who doesn't want to be with me. What? I ain't got time for that. I got to help people on the lowdown. I got to do my business, get myself together. I got to whatever. It's just a lot of people should be a little more busy. And when you're self-loving and your cup is being filled by you and you alone, then when somebody else acts a fool, you're not going to care. You're just going to toodaloo on your own little groove. So, I mean, I hope this was like a fun episode. I mean, people are all about not wanting to be with crazy people in relationships, yet for some reason they continue to attract the crazy. If this sounds like you, and you want to have like the anti-venom to the crazy, hang out with me. Let's schedule a session. We'll have a nice little chat about what's going on in your vibe that is attracting the crazy. Like attracts like. So if you're attracting crazy, odds are you're either focusing on the crazy, afraid of the crazy, or you might be just a little crazy yourself. Have a good night, everybody. Woohoo! Lowdown. Good night. Bye. How do I